know to evaluate your product or solution after you've left the room. This becomes a really powerful tool that can go viral within the account. The low-level person that you end up being stuck with talking to when you really want to have access to the economic decision maker or the business owner who's not in the room when you're talking to them, they can forward that around the organization and build consensus amongst all the decision makers who weigh in on the deal. So I'll show you a quick example of this. The way to think through this is think through all of the aspects that are important for your business, from an elevator pitch, which I'll play in the background, to how does the product work, take me through how people usually make a business case from this, make money off the service that you sell, any references if they're involved in your sales deal, testimonials from your top clients, why they bought your product, what they do with it, all the way down to the nitty-gritty details depending on the product or service you run, compliance aspects, due diligence aspects, how you implement it, and you really curate that so you can pass that around the organization, and then anyone who wasn't in your meeting can come in to learn about the solution. Now the best part about this is that it's a website. So naturally we can track who comes to it, how much time they spend on it, if they're just coming in to watch your video and then leaving, or if they're actually getting into the brass tack details of your contract. Those all tell you different things. So by tracking who comes to the site, how much time they spend on the different content that you've curated for that prospect, you can spit out a very accurate forecast that's not based off feelings, it's not based off any notes that a salesperson puts in a CRM and reports up to their manager. Because the truth about sales is that people lie. When you're selling something, people are really polite to you, say, I really like your product, I think it's fantastic, I'm definitely moving forward next week. And they're lying. So actions always speak louder than words. If you can track their actions rather than what they're telling you, you could be much more predictable with your forecast. Because I promise you, if your prospect tells you that they're really interested in your product and they're definitely moving forward, but they have never logged into a site like this to take a look at your contract or information about your service, they're not moving forward. So this is a really great benefit to predictability, and predictability is a big part of a business case. There's a lot of there's a lot of cost to missing your sales forecasts, often with misaligned resources. You're telling your implementation team that a contract's coming in and it never does. So you just are misaligned in a lot of ways. So ultimately, that's the solution. And you can go through this and really take all of the content that you already have. You have an opportunity to create more additional content that's compelling, like video content that will sort of reduce a 30-page white paper into a 30-second elevator pitch, which is much more consumable by your prospects. They're much more likely to click play and learn about your business case in 30 seconds rather than go through a 30-page case study. Or even if you have that case study, I would suggest and recommend try to turn that into a 30-second elevator pitch and then layer that above the 30-page white paper so that your buyers, your consumers, the people you're selling to can get a little preview and a better experience. The net effect of this is a much better experience for the prospects you're selling to and instant credibility for anyone you hire, because he could be 2 weeks on the job, but if he follows up with something that looks like this, your prospect's going to understand that your business is the best of what you do, and it gives you instant credibility on whoever's selling the tool and coming into this. So we do have a special treat, as Ron I think put it. We are going to set up a camera in the lobby office room. So if anyone wants to try doing a little interview about their business, a quick little testimonial video, or just a new headshot for your LinkedIn profile, we could take that and we could send that to you. We do it because it's actually not a very comfortable thing. I'm fascinated by it. Obviously, created all these videos for our business, and I can get in front of a crowd and talk to anyone and not really sweat, but at the second you put a camera in front of my face, it's like 50 takes later, and I finally said what I meant to say. So it's not a comfortable thing to do, but if you actually get good at it, it can be a really powerful tool, because you can literally bottle up the best and the best of your business and put them in every sales meeting if you can get comfortable in front of that camera and do really articulate yourself very well. So it's a challenging thing. We're going to set up a camera so you can practice. If anyone's interested in doing that and talking about their business, and we'll cut it up and we'll send it back to you.
All right, good job with the demo. All right, that's good. So this is pretty cool. So it's basically what you're doing is you're taking a bunch of content and you're creating, I guess, a library of that content. And then on a per deal basis, you're basically saying, okay, I want to pick this and pick that based on where the deal is. And I guess from your opinion, what you seem to imply is that video works better than text.
That's right. This concept is a slave to the content that goes into it. So if you try this out with a boring PDF, and someone opens up this site, and there's your PowerPoint deck there. And honestly, most early stage companies, that's what they got. And that's what you say, I'm gonna hire 10 salespeople and I'm gonna give them my PowerPoint deck and it's gonna work. And it usually doesn't work out that way. So it's a world of difference when someone opens this up and there's a really well-produced video playing. Now we're a software company, we're not a video production company, but the concept is a slave to what goes inside of it. And for that reason, we really encourage, we do videos for people. We encourage marketing teams to produce new content, engaging video, because when there's something really engaging playing here, at all levels of your deal and your business, it can go viral, people pass it around, people love to click play, and it looks a lot better. So video is an important concept, and it's a way that you can really help grow your business. And key for us is create a repeatable sales process. You might have a sales process that someone can pull off, but we want to make that repeatable so anyone can do it and do it consistently.
Okay, Bob, say it.
So I spent a decade in technical sales. I tried to drive my teams to be able to communicate well. I know that most companies suck at doing written documentation.
Yeah.
How much effort is required to produce a good quality 30 to 90 second video?
It actually, there's a good amount of effort that goes into it. I can tell you from experience, there's much more that goes behind this 30-second clip to make it good. But if you can do it, it's worth the investment, and it will pay dividends over and over and over again. So ultimately, you end up, as in technical sales, there's repeatable content that you use in every deal. There's also customer-specific content that you may have written up a tech spec specifically for that client. Both of those get curated in a site like this because it's on a prospect-by-prospect basis. It's not like posting it to your public website. So my recommendation to people is usually invest in high-quality, professional-grade content or videos for the major aspects of the deal, and then supplement that with some amateur stuff. Turn the camera on, start talking in front of it. You can do a decent job with some of this other type of content, but at the very least, a good introduction elevator pitch that's well done by a professional is super valuable and can be used over and over again.
Jan?
What's the business side of this? I'm sure it's a software as a service. How much?
Yeah, it's software as a service, so it's a subscription-based model. It's between $50 and $75 per user per month. And by user, I mean the salespeople who come into this and curate the sites for their prospects.
Wow, that's expensive.
Okay. Well, I guess it depends how big it's. So basically, how typical is a team? A team like is it like 3 or 4 people? These are the people who are preparing the sales material. So it's not all your outbound sales folks. It's just the people who are.
No. No, it'd have to be all your outbound salespeople if it is curated on a per customer basis.
That's right. So it is the salespeople that you hire and you work with that are curating these sites for their prospects.
Now, what about the video production? Because I know basically you're depending on the clients to do that, but you're also, there's like a service I think that you're offering for that as well?
Yes, we do. So we do services. We offer services. We produce videos that look like these, really well done videos for people. And that is available through us, but heck, just hire anybody to do it. There's local people. We don't really care how you produce the videos, just so long as you do. Because if you do, this concept works really, really well. It goes viral within the account. You get all the back-end analytics that are really useful, but you do need to put some effort into thinking through what content do you already have. You know, A, what is the business case? How do people make money off of it? And B, do I have something that a salesperson can hand to or send to my client that explains that? The answer for most, particularly early stage businesses, is no. They don't have that material, and they're not ready to scale. They're not ready to hire 10 outside salespeople and expect them to be productive.
And one last question over here. We'll wrap things up. Yes, Joanne.
Hi, so I just want to be clarified, so I think you offer the service to any type of business, but am I right? Or do you have do you only offer service to a certain industry, like for example, tech industry, or because I'm kind of curious about that.
Sure. It's a broad, there's many verticals that can have use for this. The way I would think about it is actually the more complex your product or service is, the more useful something like this would be. Because if it's a really simple product or a simple sale, you have a website. People go in and they put their credit card details in. The more complex that product or service becomes, the longer the sales cycle is, and the more there is to keep track of in a centralized place.
I think Joanne's got a follow up to that.
Yes. So does that mean that your service is more targeted toward B2B?
Yes, generally B2B, but B2C in complicated, expensive B2C products, they often can be similar to B2B sales, like selling a house, big purchases for consumers. The way I would think about it is the longer the sales cycle, the more complex, the more information there is to share with your prospect, the more use you'll have for something like
Great.
this.
Okay, wrapping up, but Nelson wanted to let folks know that he's a video producer right here in Austin. So I guess if you're looking for help, look for Nelson.
Yes,
All right.
sounds good.
All right. Okay, cool. Good job on the demo. Good job on the questions.
Thank you.
All right. And folks, if you're looking for chairs, we have quite a few here on this side, so just don't want to spare your standing. Okay, cool. So now we're plugging in our next folks, our friends from Thonk. Let's get Thonkified. And as he's thonking it out, we're going to do a quick shout out here. I'm going to give the mic to my friends here from Richardson. Skeeth, and we good to go.
Good morning. My name is Monica Millienberg, and I'm a business attorney with Richards, Rodriguez, and Skeeth. I have been working for the past 10 years with clients, starting, growing, financing, and selling their businesses. I'm very happy to be here this morning on behalf of our in support of Austin's entrepreneurial ecosystem. Thank you all very much.
All right. Okay, great. Now, while he's plugging himself in here with his HDMI, we have somebody who's doing a survey, so I'm just going to give her an opportunity to do that. We're going to do some more sponsor shout-outs here in a moment, but I figure we have a pause here. So, Carol.
Thanks. Good morning. I'm Carol Ike. I'm here to find participants for my survey. Wonderful to talk to people who understand mobile technology. My doctoral research is in the area of viewing art on smartphones. And the reason this is important is that we know people have the aesthetic experience when they look at art on desktops, but not cell phones. You all understand the aesthetic experience in other terms, business terms. It's usually called in the zone or going with flow. People experience it when they run a marathon and get to that transcendent place. But we have that with art, and we'd like to see if it's possible still on cell phones. I will have flyers here available so that you can pick it up and take the survey online or put the notice on your bulletin board, whatever. I'm seeking a cross-section of the community to participate. Thank you. I'm at Walden University, an online university that does doctorates. Most onlines don't. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Okay, cool. That was a quick little shout-out. A little bit of research. So here, okay, we're going to do a couple more sponsor shout-outs, and we'll do some job shout-outs after the next one. But we're up here. He's got Linux on his system, so it works.
Okay.
Which is a plus.
Yeah. All right, I'm not going to be using this quite yet. I'm going to just shake people's brains up at the moment with the brief science quiz. You guys are ready for that?
All right.
All right. Let's see. Oh God, here we go. Okay, first question. You can shout out the answer if you want, or you can save yourself the embarrassments. These aren't too hard.
No Googling.
No Googling. I have no way of holding you to that. So, first one. The center of the Earth is very hot. True or false? True. True? Okay, 84% of the American populace got that right. All right, second one. Let's see. Electrons are smaller than atoms. True? Everyone thinks it's true? Okay, cool. You got that right, along with 53% of the American populace.
53.
Yeah, 53. All right, maybe it could go up, we'll see. All right, third one. Lasers work by focusing sound waves. True or false? False. Have you ever stuck a laser in your ear and like try to hear something? 47% of the American
Wow,
populace.
47%.
And let's see. One last one, just because we're having fun. All right, antibiotics kill viruses as well as bacteria.
False.
False.
This is a
51%.
smart crowd.
Yeah, you guys are smart.
Is it 21%?
51.
51, okay.
Yeah, so it's a little better, but it's still not great. Antibacterial, the clue is in the context. Okay, so how do we solve this? Well, first off, what's the problem? Like, we have the internet. You could Google this, you could find that out in 2 seconds. Why are so many people getting that wrong? Well, I think the problem is Google or the internet, the browser search engine format that we have gives you what you're looking for. So if you have a bias and you want to know something that's wrong, it's going to tell you that. And it's going to give you lots of information. It's all going to be wrong, but there's going to be a lot of it, so it's going to seem right. And so there's cognitive bias at work. The second problem is, well, why don't people just tell them that they're wrong? Well, if you actually try to disabuse somebody of false belief, they're actually many times going to end up believing it even harder because, well, there's all these sort of emotional defenses and ego boundaries and so forth. So how do you fix that? Well, you combine something old with something new. So first off, let's see here. This is something old. This is the figurative system of human knowledge. It's not coming up?
You need to do like a screen.
Is it 2 screens?
Yeah, you need to screen.
Okay, cool. All right, so it's 2 screens. The figurative system of human knowledge. Some French guys threw this together for a French encyclopedia many centuries ago. I'm not going to try to pronounce their names. As you can see, it divides everything up into 3 different areas of human knowledge. You have memory, you have reason, you have imagination. So you have history over here. Religion actually goes under reason, which is interesting. You have imagination, which is allegory, drama, theater, so forth. Okay, so what's something new? Like, what can we? This is very interesting. It goes all the way back to like the time of Aristotle. Aristotle did the first tree or map of human knowledge. He was trying to like find out what everything is in the universe. So what can we do with this sort of format? Well, you can, first things first, you can crowdsource it. If you got everybody together, you could actually have a lot of information, but how do you curate it? All right, so I'm going to get into some stuff, and I'm going to have to do this again.
Yeah, I don't know if you have like you can mirror your display.
I'm just going to go with this for the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so when people try to map out science, so something interesting happens. You usually end up with something like this. This is a little simplified. You have math at the very bottom. That's the most fundamental. That math informs physics. Physics informs chemistry. Chemistry informs biology. Biology informs social sciences. There's some other things, engineering. I'm not sure if logic is part of math or should be underneath. Cosmology, does that go under physics or chemistry, so forth. So, I mean, this is the basic gist of it. But what can you do with that? Well, let's say we select one of these, like biology. Let's see. Okay, so how do I interact with something on the mirror screen? So,
Yeah, it should be in your display settings, but you have a Linux. So
yeah.
it thinks it's the second monitor.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so we pick one. We go with biology. This is where we actually start to organize everything into the sort of tree format you saw before. But here it's just sort of set up as a, you have your parent node in the middle and all of your children nodes surrounding it. And we are now on the first branches layer of a tree. And so you have your concepts, questions, sub-branches, and publications. And so say we pick one of those, like concepts. So right, you have concepts. Now you have all the different theories and hypotheses within a certain branch of science. And this is interesting. Why are they turning green and red? Well, that's actually a bit of a validation system at work. And so it's actually determined by the nodes beneath it, and sort of a bottom-up cascading effect that's going to become more apparent as we go deeper. So say we pick one of these. Theory. Okay, we have germ theory. Pretty sure germ theory is right. I haven't seen anything to discredit germ theory or germ theory of disease. And so you have all of these child nodes. Like, what is this? Well, we're on the branches, we're on concepts, we're on evidence. So what is the evidence for germ theory? These are all experiments and publications. So say that you pick one. Well, first off, okay, the green and red, they're either supporting or they're discrediting. How do you figure out which is which? How do you allow people to organize this? Well, when I was working with some students before at TMCC to build an earlier version of the site, we decided to go on a voting system like Reddit or Facebook, sort of. But I don't really believe in it. I don't think that popularity means something is true or if it's false. So, what do? Well, citations. You click on, you get the citation of what the paper is, what's it talking about. This is John Snow. He was the first guy to disprove miasma theory of disease way back in 1849, I suppose. And that's a little quote I got from Wikipedia. So you can have the citation on what the paper is, but you can also cite within the paper why it's discrediting or supporting. Okay, so people can see for themselves why it's where it is. And so you can go inside the publication, and this is where you can actually start to validate different publications and evidence for the evidence. Is it statistically significant? Is it replicated? Is there a conflict of interest? What's the sample size? And so forth. And so through that you have all the different layers of the tree cascading upwards until you can basically see all the different scientific claims that are relevant to our life, validated and curated, and you have so much that you can drill down and see everything. You can put answers and questions. Why do veins sometimes appear to be blue under your skin? People ask this all the time. They don't know the answer. The answer is because of how the skin absorbs red light. I'm pretty sure that's correct. And so you can use that for all sorts of things. If you click on any node, you can get a synopsis. You can tag everything. You have citations. And I have a little bit more time. How do you fill it? Well, we're working on a web crawler to grab all the different citations from RS feeds, publications, journals, and then getting a neural network to actually organize them all. So that way you don't even need the crowdsource. You can use all of that information and content to grab the users and bring them to your site. All right. That's my contact info. Any questions?
All right, good job. Good job with the demo. Okay, cool. So I guess the question is like, sorry, who is like the intended audience? Is this meant for people who are researchers, or is it meant for the general community? Like, who are you trying to, or is this like a research project, basically?
Well, there's users and there's viewers. So the users were actually originally the people with the research email. There's a networking site called researchgate.new where you need a research email to log onto it. And so if you have that, then you can help us build the website, organize everything. If you have an internet connection, then you can be a viewer. Anybody who has like a scientific question and they need an answer to, they should be checking on that site.
So basically, it's the idea to basically say like, okay, here's like all these scientific claims, and then you're trying to bubble it down to what's proven, what's not proven. So be like, no, there's like no aliens in Area 52, whatever.
Oh, we'll find out.
51, whatever. We'll find out. Unsupported claim.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said this was born out of something you did at, was this out of, you said it was a university project?
Well, I came up with the idea a few years ago. I went to students and with a teacher, and he presented it as a capstone project for them to work on. And so, you have like a few months, and they have to do like an 80-page report. So it got about halfway there. And so I'm trying to get squeaking across that finish line.
Okay, sounds good. Good. Let's see if we have some questions. There's a question way back here. Kind of work our way forward.
Hi, from a kind of 5-year business plan point of view, where do you envision this in the future? Do you envision it as something like a not-for-profit organization like Wikipedia, or are you going to try to find some way to monetize it, to bring in revenues, or maybe sell ad space or things like that? Is this something you've thought about at all?
Yeah, definitely. It's the latter. We're going to try selling advertising space. This is the map of science version. I did a presentation at a 3-day startup, and some guys got real excited about it. They're like, this is an agnostic system. You can use it for all kinds of things, product reviews, so forth, history, culture, music. I would love to see people argue about music genres and where they came from on this. And so expanding the map, selling advertising space, doing videos explaining not just how the map functions, but basic concepts about science, such as like what is a key factor, releasing those on YouTube, selling advertising space on YouTube, so forth.
Of course, you know what I'm thinking. This is political season, right?
Yes.
There are a lot of people making a lot of claims, of which
Yeah.
probably like 90% of which are false. It'd be kind of neat. I mean, like, I know this is not the intent. It's like you're supposed to focus on science with citations and real research, but there's some people making some pretty fundamental claims. You'd be like, this is based on false, 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 right? And you can maybe get yourself a little bit of, you know, this is a ripe environment for some press. So you might be able to get some attention to what you're doing, but it's like, okay, we just fact checked like everything they said. It's like right across the board. Have you thought about that?
Oh, absolutely, that is the intent. I watched a debate. I got the idea of watching the Intelligence Squared debates, and there was two people, educated, professional experts, arguing about, it was like organic farming, and they got, well, this study said this, and I was like, well, that study said that, and then the moderator just jumped in, and I was like, well, this is turning into he said, she said. It's all a wash. Like, you know, nobody could follow, nobody could fact check any of those claims. You got two experts who should know what the correct answer is, and as you know, everyone knows, if you get 5 economists into a room, you're going to get 10 opinions. So,
Yes, so it's good. So you could basically, you could follow up the debate and be like, okay, this is what Thonk says. Thonk says, you know, the claims about, you know, unemployment or something are like not based on.
absolutely, and it won't be pages of text and citations. It will be just a simple snapshot.
Okay, Michael. Yes, how about using it for market research?
Absolutely. I'm not a market researcher, so I would definitely like to meet somebody who can tell me how to take all of this crazy idea and, you know, what it can be stuck onto.
Yes.
Actually, I was going to suggest you should look at the IBM Watson. They just opened up their API, and a lot of this stuff can be organized and it's channeled very quickly. So then your only problem you have is just actually getting the information in there.
Absolutely. Google Watson. I was working on this.
IBM.
sorry, did I say Google Watson? I was thinking.
IBM will be like, what are you talking about?
Well, I was just thinking, I was working on this with a few guys back in October, and that's when Google open sourced TensorFlow, which is their neural network. So there's a lot of stuff actually going into the open. There was another one called Semantic Scholar that came out. It scared the pants off me until I realized, oh no, wait, this is completely different. And so the timing of it is scary.
That's good. Do you have follow-up questions? Oh, okay, one in the back. I'll get to you, or you can shout it by the time I get there.
I can just shout it.
Okay.
I come from a bit of a social network analysis background. How do you plan on weighting the different citations? Because there's a lot of garbage out there. You plan on consuming it automatically. It seems like you would have a 50-50 false and true data sets, but you don't know which ones are important, which ones are like Albert Einstein, and which ones are from me at this meeting.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure he's referring to the infamous Lancet publication on autism and vaccines, right?
Well, as you can see, one of the basic first things you can do is differentiate between peer-reviewed and non-peer-reviewed. That would be the purpose of the rings around some certain nodes. Those would be the non-peer-reviewed ones. But I think that's sort of a lazy way out of it. I think it's important to dig into that publication. What is the statistical significance of their claim? And is it replicated? You know, somebody can claim something, but can somebody else replicate it? It doesn't make successful predictions. And so you verify it with other publications. Like the size of nodes are affected by the amount of times they're replicated or cited by other papers. So.
All right. Okay, well, good job. Good job in demo. Good roll on those. Okay, cool. I'm only just keeping an eye on the clock here because I've got a couple more demos here, but you got a few more questions, so I encourage you to roll out to the crowd. He's got a question for you. Okay, cool. So as we're sort of cruising along here, we're going to do a couple more shout-outs before we get our third demo in place. I see my friends here from Cat Metro. I see a few more of my sponsors. I'll see you all shout out for you guys. Okay, there you go.
My name is Greg Buford. I'm with Capital Metro. So Austin's best employers are including public transit in their benefits packages. In the country's tightest labor market and with traffic what it is, it makes sense to include transit as a retention and recruitment tool in this market. So if you want to learn how to do that, you're an employer, talk to me in the hall afterwards and I'll help you out.
That's good. Take advantage of your metro systems, very important. Okay, our friends are from CBRE and from Luna Data.
Morning, everybody. My name is Kelly Woodruff. I'm with CBRE, a commercial real estate firm. We help companies and individuals find office space. So if anybody's looking or just curious what all these cranes are doing downtown, come chat. While I have the microphone, I'd love to give a shout out to Monica with Richard Rodriguez and Ski, as well as TechBreakfast. Monica just helped a client of mine out with a lease review, and without TechBreakfast, we would not have met. So I hope everybody has similar success and can make a few connections here.
Good morning. Thank you guys for coming. This is actually our third year sponsoring this event. I'm with Luna Technology Solutions, Luna Data Solutions. We have representatives from our creative and marketing division, Phoebe, raise your hand, and our technical and engineering division, Jeff. He's back there. So we've been sponsoring and supporting Tech Breakfast for about 3 years now at both facilities, at Capital Factory and at IBM. We work with whether it's seed-funded startups or large enterprise-level companies. We recruit for a lot of you guys. We have some of our clients, Sandeep from Cala Vista. We've been helping him find solutions architects. We have John Kirk from Converge. We've been helping him find some full-stack developers as well. If you're looking to hire and you need some hiring assistance, we'd love to work with you guys. If you're in the market, you want to dust off the old resume and see what's out there, we can take a look at it. We can help you find new opportunities. So come talk to us afterwards, and Jeff and Phoebe will give some shout outs later about some of the openings that we have available right now.
Because we're about to do that. Friends from Fish, can you do a little shout out? Yes.
Thanks, Ron. My name is Heather Flanagan. I'm a patent attorney at Fish & Richardson. We're a global IP firm. We focus on IP protection and litigation for our clients ranging from startups to Fortune 50 countries, Fortune 50 companies. And we have 12 offices, over 350 attorneys, and a range of technologies that let us focus specifically on each client's technical needs. So you can find us on the web at fr.com. Thank you.
Two-letter domain, that's awesome. All right, cool. You guys know how hard it is. I don't know if my friends are from WorldPay or from Microsoft or from UT, the MSTC program. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. It's kind of like not in the middle of their year. Okay, cool. So if I missed any of my sponsors, raise your hand. Okay, great. So we're gonna do some general job shout outs. So once again, this is for folks who are hiring for yourselves. So if you're a recruiting staffing firm, just sit on your hands for this one. We always have some good stuff. So Bill.
Bill Kleinbecker, Social Care. We're looking for front-end Java developers, back-end Java developers, QA, and product management.
There you go. No one's ever looking for sides. It's always the front and the back. Go figure. All right, cool. Who else is hiring? Yes, of course, our friends from MaxPoint. You know how much we love you guys.
Hi, I'm Ashley from MaxPoint. We are a hyperlocal digital advertising company, and we're looking for Linux sysadmin right now.
Okay.
So if anyone's interested, talk to me after.
Just one system. Okay, great. Okay, we've got a few more. Yes, my friend from Untitled Chapter. There you go.
I'm Jean Ann Booth from Untitled Chapter, and I'm right at the microphone line. We're looking mostly right now for mechanical engineers, MEs, and industrial designers for watches.
Yeah, check out that watch. That's like for those of you that saw her demo before with like the watch, it was like definitely in clunky mode, and I'm looking at this and like that actually looks like a watch. Congrats. Okay, yes.
Good morning, I'm Greg Bryant. I'm head of engineering at a small company called Black Locust. We are a funky little downtown startup, 35 people right over on Congress, who happen to have been acquired by this $80 billion company called Home Depot about 3 years ago. But we're looking for software developers, QA, and data science folks.
You guys want to do a shout out? Okay. Now, Luna folks have a few folks.
Jeff with Luna Data Solutions. We have everything from Java developers to designers. You know, even if we don't have an open position in your field, happy to talk to you and see what we can do.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, cool. Is anybody looking for a job and wants to do a quick 30-second in-person LinkedIn profile? This is your opportunity to do that. All right, there you go.
Hi everybody, I'm Roger Colvin. I'm a product manager and I'm looking for my next role in product management. If you are sort of tired of uninformed product decisions being made at your company, and you'd like somebody to apply lean startup and design thinking methods to inform those product decisions, I might be your person.
Wow, that was solid. All right, good job. Good job on that. You advertised yourself very well. All right, anybody else want to do a job shot? Okay, we got one more, and then we'll keep things rolling here. Yes, Dave.
Thanks, I'm Dave Angelo. I'm focused on go-to-market and sales strategy and marketing. So if you're looking for somebody to help get out and sell the products and ideas that you have, I can help you with that.
That's good. Maybe you should record a video with SalesBrief. There you go. All right. There you go. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. So let's keep things going. It looks like our Wise Rise friends have taken over the screen. So 1 mic, 2 mics. What would you like? Would you do what? Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
They're kind of awake.
My name is Mike Ray. I'm CEO and founder of Wise Rides. This is Rick. He runs our IT. Ben is our ops guy. He picks anything from a 9mm to an M1 tank. I'm not making that up. He really can. And Andrea, who couldn't be here tomorrow, is our finance team. So a little over a year ago, I came presenting another idea pretty much by myself and was floundering like crazy. Now I have a team of 4 people, and we're getting a lot of traction. New website went online last week. We launched our market in Killeen, where Fort Hood is. We work specifically with independent dealers, and believe it or not, there's 177 small dealers in the Killeen market of a 30-mile radius. If you had to guess in Austin, that number is 936 independent car dealers in the U.S. And we'll talk about how we're going to monetize our system and all that. So we'll get started. Just a little background of our company. So I don't want to get into why used cars are important, but it represents about a $100 billion industry. So what really happened was I got screwed when I bought my first car. I got talked into a lease, and it took me about 3 cars to get outside of that debt. So from a very early age, I told my kids, if you want a car, you're going to buy your own. And Dad's not co-signing a loan because I'm a jerk. And so I actually made them save money to buy a car for cash. But what I learned is that the process has changed a lot since when I bought a car, right? It was a lot of referral business and things like that. But there's literally hundreds of thousands of cars that are on the market that's available for sale that isn't easily seen. So what a typical independent dealer will do is that they'll make a relationship with some kind of back-end program and it uploads or something like that. We have some dealers, about 10% of them, don't even have an email address, so explaining to them the power of the internet can be a little challenging. And then we've got some dealers that will go to Craigslist, and I don't know if you know, but independent dealers have to pay a $5 posting fee for every post they put on Craigslist. So we have dealers that'll put on 4 or 5 postings on a Friday, because as you know, maybe in Austin on Craigslist, the last time I looked, I stayed up late one night to check, let's get there out, so doing 13,000 new postings on Craigslist in one day in the car section. So there's just a lot of information out there, and we're trying to validate that. So pretty much kind of about our company, about what we do and kind of why we're here, and we'll go to the next one. All right. The new car right now, by the way, costs about $33,000. The average used car costs $18,800. The cars on our website are typically closer to the $10,000 range. We've had cars as low as $1,000 on our website, and as high as, I think, $37,000. So they kind of range a little bit. What we do a little differently is that we work exclusively with independent car dealers. So we want brick and mortar. So unlike buying from a private seller that you buy a car and you not know what you're going to get next week, you've got somewhere to go back to, right? We focus on real customers through education. So for the last 6 months, we've been at Fort Hood, and every week we intervene, and it's an intervention with new soldiers that come on Fort Hood, like the guy yesterday that wanted to put $10,000 on a 2015 Camaro and have $500 a month payments for 6 years or something like that. I mean, it's amazing the predatory world that exists out there, so we're trying to clean that up a little bit. We auto-delete postings in 30 days. One of the largest posting companies allow postings, was it 700 days. So inventory accuracy isn't all that important. And if you ever had to buy a car online and you go to the dealership and you said, oh, we sold that yesterday, is the #1 common answer, right? Because the inventory doesn't really matter at that level. They want you on the lot. And so we're trying to approach it a different way. We focus on localization. So all of our markets are built around a 30-35 radius platform. So when you buy a car here in Austin, we want you to have a relationship with somebody that's here in Austin. That way if you have a problem or an ongoing, you're ready for your next car, whatever, you have a relationship. And then we cap at market participation. So unlike every other posting company that focuses on if you got money, you can post on our site, or who's got the new cars, we actually limit the dealers that can participate on our platform to 30% of the market. And we do that for two reasons. One, we do it for the benefit of the buyer. So we want people to kind of go to a place that they know that they can trust, that Ben and I have personally vetted out these dealers and talk with them and understand their business practices and things like that. So we do that for the buyer's benefit, but we also do it for the seller's benefit. I don't know if you've ever owned a small business, but you spend a lot of time looking for tangible differentiation, right? I mean, that's kind of really what you do. What makes you different? And when you've got 936 competitors in the Austin market, what makes you different? And if it's just another posting site that just lets you put up money or postings if you got money, that's kind of, that's kind of it. But we're different in the fact that we create a very structured program. And right now we've got on the drawing board a certification program for our dealers as well. So that's kind of a little bit about the company, and we'll go on now to the site. So Ricky has done, this has all happened in a matter of like 60 days, so he's our badass IT guy. He's really bringing go. I love him. All right, so go. Oh yeah, he did that.
All right, so a quick demo of our website. First off, when you land on the home page, you can select your market up here. It'll automatically determine where you are based on your IP address or your cell phone's location and give you the closest market. Our launch market was in Killeen, Texas. And you can search by what type of used car you'd like, but I'm going to go to the all listings right now. So here you can see all of our listings in order by the newest first, and we can change the order by price, and lower high, and mileage lower high. We can also refine the search based on year, make, body type, mileage, transmissions, price, and color. And once you do make a search, you can save that search to when you're logged in. You could save that search so that you can run that search again whenever you'd like. And we would like to in the future have it to where when a new car gets posted that matches that search, you'll get a text or an email, or both. Going on into one of the listings, we make it real easy for dealers to post their vehicles. All they have to do is paste in their VIN number, and we automatically decode it. We'll get the year, the make, the model, the body type, all of this information. The only thing they need to really type in is their mileage. They can upload their images, and users can save these cars for their own usage, so they can go and look at the car, see if it's still online or not. Their phone number and email address for the vehicles are actually masked. That is not the dealer's phone number. What happens is when somebody calls that phone number, the first thing that happens is we log it in our database. We know that this phone number called you guys at this time. The second thing we do is we forward that phone call so that it looks like they just called the dealer. That's for metrics. We can tell the dealers that, hey, you got this phone call because of us. The same thing happens with the vehicle, and that's vehicle specific. We can say that you got this email at this time for this vehicle, and here is actually the contents in that email. We can store all of that information. Here we can see more vehicles on the lot, of course. Pretty standard stuff. You can share this on social media, and you can share it with your friend. Going on over to the education part of the site, here's our blog, and I'll pass it on back on over to Mike.
So really the blog is just questions that we get from people like, should I buy nitrogen tires that cost me $800? And then we ask the question, well, air is 88% nitrogen, what do you think, right? Where's the science guy? So, right, that just makes sense, right? But how many of you guys agree that getting your car purchased and worked on can be a really predatory world, right? And we're really just trying to we're working on a blog now called the $1,000 lube job. Right? So where you go in for an oil change and you walk out with a $1,000 quote and you're going, what the hell just happened? Right? And so we want to address problems like that, and we're kind of doing it through the blog. And then the very next thing, the life hack, this thing has really became a thing of its own. I really sat down and started working through kind of going into the car buying process, and I talk about how, just conceptually how poor people get poorer and rich people get richer. It's because of how they live their life. And so we begin to talk about concepts, and these are with 16-year-olds on up, about inflation, about depreciation of a car, and we really sit down, and this spreadsheet will actually break down how much you should pay an hour, how much you get paid, and how much your car payment should be. We're sitting down with an E2 in the Army, and we find out that they can't afford a $350 car payment. Guess what? You can't buy a new car, period. And so it begins to change kind of how they live their life. And we just go through that process of thinking about, not defining your life by a car payment. That's really what we're trying to teach people, and it seems to be resonating. So if we go to the kind of the final slide of our presentation.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll just fly through that.
I don't know.
And all this stuff's live, you guys can check it out. But in a week, now the bounce rate, I'm very proud to tell you on the old website that I outsourced, the bounce rate was, 100%. Yeah, that's how awesome that was. And so we've really been kind of happy over the last week, some of the results that we've already seen. And what's really cool about this is so much of our business has been organic because people want a source that they can go to that's trusted. And so what's cool about our company is that because we're not beholden to like new car sale dealers and things like that, which is really just predicated in the industry, we can have honest communications with young people about what you should do with your money and how you should spend it. So in essence, that's kind of the bulk of our company, and I appreciate the tacos and the coffee this morning. It was awesome.
There you go. Okay, great. Good job in demo. Good job. Good job. You know me, I'm glad you got into that demo. You were scared with the deck. So this is kind of neat. So obviously, yeah, I mean, of course, there's two big questions I have for you.
You saw it last year.
I did.
We used to hold it at a
Do you guys
distance
remember-
because we didn't really want to show people
So,
because it was that bad.
For those of you that have been here before, the company was called Hoopty Cars. You remember that? Yeah, that was
It stands for piece of shit car?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, this-
Yeah, turns out independent dealers don't like you to refer to their cars like that.
So, yeah.
Go figure, right?
You moved from Hoopty Cars to Wise Rides. Good rebranding on that. But I have a couple questions for you before I get to the back here, and that's about inventory, because that's the biggest problem. If you're relying on these probably not very tech-savvy dealers to put the inventory in and then let you know when it's sold, how are you making sure that what you have on the website is accurate? Because I imagine that's like 99% of the problem right there.
Here's the issue. The thing that we're struggling with, to be honest, is dealers that understand what accurate inventory means. Because in their world, they've been programmed, and this is new car sales too, just get somebody on the lot and close them. That's the deal. And what we teach our dealers is a concept that we learned called lifetime earning potential, right? We want to coach somebody and have their business forever. And it's just really kind of a different way to look at it. But what we do to protect the consumer is that if the dealer does not engage their own postings, they will auto-delete in 30 days, and we tell them that. And then we send them another bill for another month. Because we're cool like that.
Glenn.
What's your opinion on used data, used car data sources like Carfax? And do you provide a link to Carfax so I can check the vehicle's history?
I have an opinion about it, as much things. It's my opinion. I actually wrote a blog on it. It's on our blog site, plug. But really, Carfax is a brand, right? But the thing of just car inspection checks, it's not really uncommon. And if you go actually to the federal website, you won't see CarMax actually promoted at all there because there's cheaper options out there, right? And so when you start to look at, not to pick on CarMax, but there's a very unique way that they do things. But CarMax has almost been a failure of their own success in that when people get into auto accidents, they're no longer reporting them to their insurance. They're fixing them themselves. And so what's happening is that even though you get a clean, anybody in here have had that problem, know somebody that had a problem like that? It happens, and it's becoming prolific. So just because you get a good Carfax does not negate the fact that you need to get a certified mechanic to look over that car, and that's one of the things that we recommend that you do.
Okay, so that's basically, okay, so that's your opinion. Okay, great. Mike?
Love the concept and everything. I think there's a huge need for it. You mentioned that you vet all the dealers personally and clean and all. How are you planning to scale this? If you're having to have that level of, it's great, having that level of personal contact and vetting. Are you thinking about how you'd scale this nationally?
Yeah, we've looked at kind of like maybe like an Uber model, right? Where you get somebody working in a market independently to get it launched. But Ben and I have a fair amount of veteran contacts, being ex-military guys. And really finding somebody that's looking for some part-time work is really easy to do. But like I said, 936 dealers is a full-time job here. So I think that the job can easily sustain a boot on the ground in every major market, and that's our current approach right now. Because if you've ever called on small business, you don't make one sales call and you're done, right? And when you talk to some of the tech companies, we've discovered is that when you call on small business companies, it's really hard to sell them on the phone, isn't it? If you've done it, yeah, it sucks, right? So visiting with people and doing silly things old school, like bring cookies, I tell you, it makes a huge difference. Having somebody care about their business, we have people that do business with us we've not been able to provide results for. They just simply want to do business with us, one, because they love the message, they want to be unique, but because somebody actually cares about their business.
All right, cool. You have final questions? Yes, what's up? Yes. Cost.
Craigslist is $5 a posting. Most independent dealers, I think the average we've been working out is about 20 cars
If they
per
do,
dealer.
they do basically 4 cars every Friday, so they're spending about $100 a month on Craigslist.
What is Auto Trader charge compared to Craigslist?
Auto Trader can be as high as I've heard of $700. Carfax tried to get into the industry a couple months ago. They're doing $150. Of course, they're creating a stir. TrueCar, I think, was $250, and then they got beat up by the dealers because the pricing was too aggressive, and the dealers didn't want to promote them anymore. So it's kind of a new space in that way.
And so where are you guys?
We're at $150 a month. Subscription rate to the dealers. We don't do any extra AdWord advertising, halos,
Unlimited
stalls.
cars and whatnot?
Unlimited cars, we don't guess, we don't worry about it, we let them take care of it. It's not cheap for them, for a small business owner, but it's reasonable. And to be honest, it's necessary, right? Because there's a lot of marketing that we're doing on the back end that we're spending money on.
Per location.
Per location, yes.
Okay. Okay, good job. Good job in the demo. Good job on the, Alrighty then. So as we're getting Lighthouse up here, he's plugging himself in. He's doing. We got down to one last demo. You guys are doing a great job. We're gonna do some final shout-outs. Did I miss any of my sponsors? Did I miss any of my job shout-outs? Okay, we got 2 more here. We'll kind of crank it. Yes, Nelson.
Just a little plug. You mentioned that I do video work. I do all types of creative work. I've given a couple of TED Talks if people are interested in consulting about how to give a talk, how to put together a good presentation. Something I'm happy to talk about. Come and see me.
All right. Cool, Nelson. Okay, great. Yes, our friends from Thonk.
Oh yeah, I just got so excited talking about an app I forgot to mention. I am looking for web developers, front end, back end, maybe to bootstrap it or get a team together to apply to Exceed Accelerator before February is out. So.
Okay, good. So looking for an additional member of the team. All right, cool beans. All right, cool. You got something?
Yeah.
Just want to sing a song? Let's sing.
No, I'm not going to sing a song. Since you said that, I do want to actually bring everybody's attention to something that you may not know if you're starting a company, especially if you're bootstrapping. Down the line. There's something called the pie method of handling bootstrapping and stock in the beginning. If you haven't heard of that, look for Google Pi computations, and if you have any questions about that, come see me. It is awesome. It actually handles that whole problem of being bootstrapped and the what if somebody leaves, what if somebody doesn't stay, what if somebody does all the work and somebody else doesn't, and you don't have all of that messy legal stuff later. Awesome stuff.
Pi as in P-I-E?
Pi as in P-I-E.
Pi, what's the second word? Is it pi something?
Pi calculations, pi
Something.
computations, something like that.
Okay, we'll find it, we'll post it if you find it, let us know. Okay, cool, we're gonna do a couple event shout-outs. I guess, Bill, that's why you're raising your hand, let's go.
Yeah, tag this month is going to be Alglow, which is a second-generation LED lighting system, and they get a lot of great payoff for contractors and residents in doing the design from scratch. And believe me, I picked it because you think of the screw-in bulbs you get, they're expensive and all that stuff, all that's out of the picture.
So this is somebody from that company's doing a talk at
The
TAG.
CEO at TAG, the 26th, Friday morning, 7 o'clock, sorry guys. It's at Tech Ranch.
Okay, cool.
TagAustin.org.
What was the name of that company?
Alglo, A-L-G-L-O.
Okay, that's close, because I thought I said alcohol, for those of you that are old computation people will be like, wait, that's a language from like the 1950s or something like that. That's good. Okay, got a couple more events here. I know we got an event. Then we're going to keep it rolling here. Yes, in the way back. Tell me it's a happy hour. I want some free beer.
Well, actually, can I do a shout-out for something?
For something? An event? Tax credit. Okay, people like to save money.
Hi, Andrew Wallen, my colleague Matt Bechtold and I from Durbin Bennett. We're both CPAs. We wanted to spread the word about the new changes to the research tax credit that's out there. It's really great for startup businesses now because unlike the past, you can apply it against your payroll taxes now if you're a qualified small business. So for startups that don't have a net income or just kind of tight on cash, tax credit can really help you out right now. So if you have any questions, please talk to either Matt or myself.
This is a federal or Texas?
Federal tax credit.
That sounds good. All right, reinvest in your business. Okay, cool. Do we have any events going on? Weddings, bar mitzvahs, what do we got? Yes.
Yeah, this is an event that's happening in San Antonio tomorrow. So it's similar to this. It's actually called Tacos and Tech. So if you live near San Antonio, go check it out. It's on Eventbrite, and you can learn more about the speakers.
Sounds good. And where's that?
This is in San Antonio downtown.
At the...
I think it's Geekdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, there was some rumors of someone doing that, so we weren't able to pull that together, so I guess somebody pulled that together. Okay, cool. Yes, we have a couple more events. Party at your place? Super Bowl's over already.
Thanks. So I am facilitating a panel tonight on product management, a day in the life of a product manager. It's at WeWork, and you can RSVP free for that event if you go to bit.ly/PM Day in Life. PM Day in Life. Thanks.
All right, cool. Awesome. PM Day in Life. Okay, cool. We have some events going on. So there's like a big party happening here in town next month. It's spring break for startups. Have you ever heard of it? It's called South by Southwest. Is that sound familiar? I'm sure you've all rented out your apartments by now. As you all know, or you may not know, we run one of the largest events at South by Southwest. We've been doing it now for 3 years. It's the Tech Breakfast Showcase. Hey, hey. It's a demo stage. It's like this. It's just demo. We do it from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. It does not require a badge. It is free. It's at Cripe right across from the convention center. It's Sunday morning, March 13th. You're all welcome to join us. You should. Last year we had 1,800 people, fed breakfast tacos for 1,800 people, which is a lot when you run a free event. So we have some great sponsors. Our friends from Booz Allen, I don't know if they're here in the room still, but our friends from Booz Allen, there they are, have sponsored us and are helping us out. And we also have a few other sponsors. If you're we do have some kiosks. Everything's sold out. So I just, at this point, just encourage you to check it out. It's at austin.techbreakfast.co. So check it out, sign up for it. It's like the perfect, Sunday morning hangover thing to do. So that's probably why we have all those people showing up. That's our big event. That's all I got for you. So if there's no other events, we got 2 more here. Yes, more parties, happy hours, something. Give me some beer.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I actually am helping put together a data pop-up at the beginning of April, and we've done them in New York, with eBay, in Chicago, with Groupon, and in Seattle, and now we're bringing one to Austin. We have IBM Watson and a lot of data science teams across various industries. So if you have a data science team that you're interested in getting involved, if you could come talk to me after, we have a pretty good list so far. So.
And the name of the thing is?
It is Domino Data Labs. You could go find the data pop-up events on their website.
Okay, great. One final event.
Just real quick, since you mentioned South by, on March 10th, I believe it is the startup crawl here in Austin. Black Locust has participated in that in the past. We're doing it again this year, so we've been a relatively popular stop on the startup crawl. Come by and see our office again this year.
Okay, great, cool stuff. All right, and yes, we will buy a startup crawl. But by the way, open shout out. We are looking for volunteers to help us with our showcase event. It's a lot of fun, tons of tacos, tons of coffee. There may be Bloody Marys, I don't know. So if you're interested in joining us, we had a great crew last time. Ashley, I remember you there. You had a lot of fun. If you're interested in joining us again, we'd love to have you. So I'll probably do a shout out in the meetup for that, and just want to join. Jean Ann will be there, and Dave will be there. A lot of cool folks. Yes?
It's slicingpie.com.
Slicingpie, P-I-E.com. All right, cool. Jeff, we kept you waiting here.
That's
Save
all
us
right.
for last. You're up.
All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming, and I'm happy to be here. I am Jeff Miller, the founder of Lighthouse. It's an exciting time for Lighthouse. We just are currently in our soft launch phase, but very soon, next week, we're trying to start making our splash, so happy to share that with you guys. Just kind of at a high level, what we're doing is we're trying to build a social network that's centered around it's designed for cultivating civil discourse around social issues and important topics. We felt that there wasn't really a platform for that. The whole idea was born out of my personal experience, just having, reading the news every day, and I kind of have been formulating my opinions, and I started growing frustrated with the fact that aside from talking with my wife over dinner and my couple of friends that I enjoy talking politics with, that was kind of the end of the road, that and my one vote. And so there are, of course, tools like Facebook, but along with Facebook comes relationship dynamics and the fact that the majority of people on Facebook and Twitter aren't really there for that sort of conversation. So that's where the idea began. The other problem that we're facing as a society is that we're getting more and more polarized, and that in this politically correct world that we're in, we're not open with our beliefs and we don't talk with one another, and we seem to be growing apart rather than coming together. So what we're trying to do with Lighthouse is bring people together to be open about these things, so that, and the hope is societally we can start to see the true, what each other are trying to get across with our beliefs, and kind of arrive at fairer policies. So with that, I just want to share my explainer video with you to give you a quick high-level overview of our features, and then I'll show it off to you.
Meet Jane. She's grown tired of a newsfeed filled with cat videos and gym selfies. Jane loves following important issues, but she feels awkward sharing with others. Even if you mean well, posts on most social media can cause drama.
Grandma? No!
There's a better way, Jane.
Who said that?
The narrator, and you're in a video for Lighthouse.
What's Lighthouse?
Glad you asked. Welcome to Lighthouse.
Whoa.
A place to debate and rally around the topics you care about most. Whether it's presidential primaries, political issues, or current events, you can openly discuss topics that matter.
How?
Well, start by indicating and describing your stances on various issues. These stances are then added to your Lighthouse profile, where others can learn about your opinions and candidates you support. This is the conversation for discovering and sharing meaningful content between followers.
There's the petition I shared.
That's right. And here's the daily poll, where you can vote on and discuss today's trending issue.
What's that?
Here you can find debates happening on Lighthouse right now. Wow, looks like thousands of people are following this debate. Debates can be made public, or you can keep them private.
Can I debate someone?
Sure. Either challenge a specific user, or let Lighthouse match you up with a random opponent who holds an opposing view. When debating a random opponent, your identities are hidden until after the debate. Debates allow for meaningful discussion,
You made some really good points. You too.
which can lead to new perspectives. Time's up!
Where's Lighthouse?
You can download Lighthouse for iOS or Android, or go to lighthouse.club.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Join the conversation that matters. Lighthouse. Engage, enlighten, empower.
So that's a quick overview of what we're doing, but now I get to show it off to you, so that's the fun part. I thought the best way to kind of show this to you might just be by actually starting a fresh account, just to show you kind of that process. Oh, thank you for that. Don't want civilization jihad. All right. So once you set up an account, I've set up an account here for Joe Dirt. You type in what you want on your profile. Your other information. I'm going to skip all of that. Then you kind of display. We have core stances. You start with those stances. You can of course find more issues that you want to display in your profile later. I'll go ahead and skip the rest of these. Maybe I'll do this one. I think Joe Dirt's going to support Donald Trump here. All right, and then so once you do that, then you arrive at this profile. So now I'll take you to my profile, and you have what your core beliefs are. You can customize your profile so that you can really display what you're trying to display. And then it's broken down so you can easily find what you're trying to look for in terms of economy, policy, that sort of thing. And then we have a news feed, the conversation. whenever you post something on here, you can post it to a specific tag, and once you tag it to that specific tag, it then populates on this feed over here, where everything that people are posting and taking stances on, and with justifications about that, is populating here. And you can also, for each of those stances, you can see where, of course, how you voted, but you can also see how the entire user base and the people you follow voted on that specific stance. And also, you can see all the justifications for those stances, and you can sort it by best, rising, random, just to really get insight into other people's views, particularly the people that you follow, but also the user base as a whole. And as mentioned, I think the daily poll is pretty self-explanatory, but you click into there and you also, on a real-time basis, can see how others are feeling, the people you follow as well as the public. And with that, let me get to the exciting thing, which is our debate platform. So for this, I'll do a random opponent debate because that's really where the excitement is around what we're doing. And let me get on my app here. So, Is
this actually live? You were really going to find someone to debate?
Well, I set it up so that I can debate myself. So I'm gonna I'm gonna be the app guy, just to show you kind of what the app looks like, as well as what I'm doing. So you see, there's one of my followers debating right there, or the people I'm following. So I can't click on that from the computer. So you select which topics you'd like to debate, and it matches you up with a random opponent on the other end of that argument. So you start the debate. Oh, look, I got matched up with this guy, but it's a random opponent debate, so I don't see that he's Joe Dirt. I see no information about him. So we can really just have a meaningful conversation about the facts of the issue, rather than having these, even if it's subconscious bias towards gender, race, age, those sort of things. So once you both accept, and let me know if I'm running over on time. I'm not sure how I'm doing there. Okay. And then I can't really type with one hand too well, but Joe Dirt says, "Make America Great."
That's what Joe Dirt would say.
Joe Dirt likes firecrackers. All right, and then so that post there. I mean, the really cool thing about debates and what we're really trying to get at here is by the people with influence, the people that have good support behind their beliefs are going to create a following. And those people that have a following are then going to create observers watching their debates. And then so this can really be a debate platform as well as a social media platform for people to hold debates. You see things about Twitter wars. You see even in these presidential debates, people want more time. This is a spot that people can observe the debates. You can at any time see what the debates are with the most. Oh, and I can show that real quick. I know I'm running out of time here. Right here, top debates. You can always see what the debates are with the most observers, and we can also feature celebrity and politician debates. So that's kind of the aim, and I'm sorry I went a little bit over, and hit me with your question.
We got it. Okay, good job on the podcast. So, is this something that you're trying to monetize, or is it more just like something that you're doing for the social benefit of it?
Sure. I mean, truthfully, it's a little bit of both. It really is a social good impact that we really do want people to engage more politically. The hope is to get more people involved and engaged by seeing other people they know involved, and to learn from one another and become less polarized as we are today. But yes, we do plan to monetize through targeted advertising once we have it.
I know the two really good. You have Tums, Rolade, blood pressure medication. Perfect for this.
And I don't know if you've heard, but there's a little bit of money in politics, so there might be a little something to play with there.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to have to go there and walk this like this. Our hand first. Yeah.
The video is fantastic. Love it.
Thank you.
It's just two questions. One, user acquisition. Seems like social is very, very hard to acquire a new user.
Definitely.
And two, how do you stop the debates from becoming you dirty Nazi, you filthy Connie?
Yep, that's a fair question. First off, I completely agree about the social acquiring users. That's a very difficult problem. Chicken and egg problem, classic. It's a very hard one to crack. Our big thing is influencers. We've got to get things going on around influencers, get people on the site. We've got some ideas for streaming some live live debates onto the platform, which could drive some users, setting these things up on campus and trying to roll out on a campus by campus basis. But also, the big thing is just trying multiple approaches and seeing what sticks. But the big thing is just getting those influencers and then holding debates on the platform. Oh, and as far as the debate quality, at the end of the debate, I didn't show it, but you can rate the opponent at the end of the debate. But whenever you get matched up with a random opponent, you can choose to pass on that opponent based on that rating. And we plan to go further with that down the road in terms of reporting users and everything.
Hey, what's the process for identifying and approving a core belief that makes it onto the platform? And do you restrict or limit any explicit or offensive content? And then on the debate side, is it only a one-to-one debate, or can you debate multiple people or groups?
So there's definitely lots of ways we can go as far as the debating goes, and we're excited to explore other opportunities, but right now with our MVP, it is just one-on-one chat room style debate. As far as
the issues that are appearing that people can debate on, basically, that's what he's asking.
Yeah, sure. So the stances that we create the stances, so they're not user-generated stances. We do set what we feel that are the core beliefs in terms of what people can will most want to debate about. But you can, as I said, you can mold your profile to kind of display what you want to display. But also, you can debate anything else on the platform. It doesn't just have to be the stances. So if I go to somebody's stance here, or I'm looking for a specific post, but so this is Lighthouse Social. I kind of post news as well related to the daily poll. But if I want to debate that person, it's grayed out because I'm not online right now. But you can debate that post, and then so at that point you're not debating a stance. You're debating an actual post. So it can go a little bit further than just these specific stances as far as what you're debating.
Now, obviously, some of these big issues are obviously big topic issues, but we actually had somebody who presented here, maybe actually might have been in Baltimore, D.C., where it was not at the federal level, but it was at like the municipal level, where it turns out that like most people, like the things that like really will impact you, like like some transportation issue or like a bike lane or something, and like, there's so few people engaged in the discussion at all that there's like no understanding, like, well, what is the plus? There's like, why shouldn't we do this? Have you thought about like, because that, and of course the problem with that is like you won't be aware of those issues. Like there might be something going on here in Austin that may be like a topic of raging debate that has nothing to do with like gun rights or anything that has to do with like should we build a bike lane, right?
Or should we support mandatory fingerprinting on?
Yeah, something like that.
I thought the tech crowd would appreciate that.
So can you bring this down to the local level, and how would you source those core issues?
Certainly. So as you mentioned, there are other people working on that side, and I've already been in talks with some of those companies to implement their widgets onto our platform, so that we can. The hope is we can incorporate everything from the local, state, and federal legislation, what's currently going through, what's being talked about, to really foster all the sort of civil discourse that we need. The reason we kind of started with the national level is because the first thing we felt we needed was the user base to then go on a deeper dive onto the local and state levels. But certainly, this is definitely just the beginning. We have lots of great ideas as far as where we want to be 5 years from now.
Okay, question over there?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sorry. So I found a lot of people generally like to be in their own echo chamber and have their own sentiments kind of, rallied around online. Do you think that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get people to actually engage in meaningful debate versus, being validated?
Sure, yeah, and no matter how you construct something, there's no way to get away from the people that don't want to hear the other side of the argument. And really, the big key is just exposure. So, through these debates that we, these features we have, encouraging debate, being exposed to the other end of the argument. I'm not going to say by being engaged in a debate, you're going to change that other person's mind or anything like that. I think where it's really going to come from is just being exposed to other arguments on a daily basis through seeing how others vote on the daily poll, what their justifications are, what people are posting on there, and slowly that's going to break down those walls as people start to take others' opinions into account.
Feature idea for you. You might have already thought about this, and I do have one final question here. I want to wrap it up, and that is that I know right now you can rate the quality of the overall debate, but it might be within the heap of nothing. There's a little nugget of something good. Have you thought about a lot of people basically kind of on an upvote down, be like, okay, that was a good argument. Everything else you said was total crap, but that was a good argument, and then floating that up to the main conversation, say, okay, well, there have been all these debates going on, and these have been some of the common points, and allow people to say, okay, well, here are some of the best arguments pro and the best arguments against, and having a little bit of a social aspect there, that you could surface out of the individual debates.
Totally, and with the stances, we do have that a little bit, just having the the top justifications come up. But of course, that's nowhere near what you're talking about. Certainly, from an engagement standpoint, from people observing the debates, there's a lot to be done there in terms of commenting, liking. We just want to really be careful about how we want to do it. So this is just our MVP. Like I said, we've got a long ways to go, but certainly lots of exciting things we can do with this platform.
Okay, final question. Yes.
Have you ever considered an algorithm that matches your beliefs, core beliefs, to, let's say, a politician or a presidential candidate? Could be cool for a dating app also, right? Like, hey, I believe these things, who is most, like, matched with me in my beliefs, etc.?
Sure. Yeah, well, and we got to be careful with something like that, right? So there are things, first off, like I side with and things of this
I got a
nature.
quick brand, so is that plenty of fish should be like plenty of opinions, maybe? Something?
But yeah, I mean, the idea is great. The difficult part is, and I'm even wary of posting states or articles and whatnot on the newsfeed as Lighthouse Social pertaining to the daily poll. I want to give background information, but at the end of the day, I want it to be a newsfeed populated by Wall Street Journal, Fox News, so people can get their news from the actual newsfeed. But to answer your question, I'm very wary of coming off as partisan as all. I just want to be viewed as a communication tool that's bringing people together, and then let the I side withs and the media people take care of the bringing media to the conversation. But
Sounds good. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, good job. Good job in the demo. This is cool. It's unique. Sounds good. All right. Okay. Well, on that note, if there are no final shout-outs from our sponsors or our jobs or events, let's give a big round of applause to all of our fabulous presenters. Oops, I missed it. Bill.
Last I checked.
There's only what?
There was only one company on the app to talk about.
Only one company in the app?
Yeah.
Is that the ones who are not appearing in the app? All right. Okay. Well, I'll check on that. And you said you have a question?
Yeah, I have a shout out. So there's a.
Is it an event coming up? Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Let's do a quick event shout out. Yep, and then we'll wrap it up.
No.
Hey guys, I'm Joanne. There is a South by Southwest interactive community meetup, Austin, tonight at 6 p.m. It's at Google Fiverr. It is networking event for 15 minutes. Whoever is talking there is going to explain what South by Southwest Interactive is, but I'm pretty sure you guys all know, but it seems like it's mostly going to be a network event. And it looks like a lot of you guys are looking for people, talent, and I think this event will be a good place to find your talent. Thank you.
What time is it?
6 p.m. at Google Fiverr. The address is 201 Colorado Street, Austin, Texas.
Right there?
Sorry, what? Let's wish that there are some good beers.
All right. Okay. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, cool. Well, on that note, let's give a big round of applause to all the presenters, our friends from SalesBrief, from Thonk, and from Wise and our friends from Lighthouse. We've got some really great demos here today. And a big thank you to our sponsors who are supporting us, our friends from CBRE, from Luna Data Solutions, from, of course, the Capital Factory, friends for hosting us, from the UTM STC program, our friends from Fish and Richardson, DonQuiSoft, Microsoft, TriNet, WorldPay, Richards, Rodriguez, and Skeeth, and of course our friends from Capital Metro. Check them out, they're out there. Get your headshot, get a video. Why not? They're here. You might need it. If you're pretty, if you're not, doesn't matter. Just go get a photo or a video. And it's free. There you go, which is awesome. Okay, see you guys next time. Oh, we have some openings for demos. So if you're interested in demoing at our next Tech Breakfast, come go onto the meetup, click on the About Us link, fill out the form that says you want to present, and we will get you on. See you all at the next Tech Breakfast event, which is after South by Southwest in April. Okay, bye.
Oh, thank you. And we're doing workshops with you, right? People don't know what it is. And we've been playing these little, they're not huge, like some sort of place. And it can be like, whatever you do, raise the money, whatever it is. You got it. You got it. You got it.
That's great. Like that video. Yeah. All right.
Actually, do it. Hey, Doug. Hey, how you doing? That's right. That's right.
I think in my corner, I was hoping you would reach out. We were thinking about one of your booths at South by Southwest, but they're all
Yes. Well, we still have like sponsorships. What's your budget? What's money you got?
Well, I mean, that's an excellent question. This is obviously something I'd have to shoot up to my leadership.
Because the booth,
I mean,
kiosks, but the kiosks are really for startups anyways.
Yeah, okay.
The sponsorship, like where it's like the on the science minutes 5. Yeah.
See, that's something I can do.
Okay. Well, drop me a note, and I'll okay, now I'm going to send you right now.
If you have a card, then
yeah, I do.
Yeah, if you have a card, then I'll reach out directly. I mean, that's something that I can do. And I personally would also like to part of it. Here's my card again, and I'll be in touch.
Okay, great. I'll send you right now.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So I wanted to introduce myself. I'm going to be
Okay, cool. So much fun. What do you think? It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, try to focus on the show. You're saying like slides and like that. People kind of throw out.
And so what I think I can do is
Okay, that's right. Whatever. It's all How you doing? Oh, you're Richardson. Okay, good. Yeah, you got soft
This is true.
We're everywhere. South by Southwest?
For buildings that have
something else. A demo trip.
But in any case, we can provide software engineers, I know, I got that base services, but I missed all of your quality assurance.
I was trying to grab it. Never mind. All your
Would you guys be open to staff augmentations?
Yeah.
So we can fill in the talent gap you guys might be missing.
Yeah, but you can definitely come. It's Sunday the 13th, Sunday morning.
So that's not in
It's outside, yeah. Otherwise,
quite a bit going on.
oh, yeah.
Around.
Oh, Oh yeah, the ecosystem. That's funny. I think South by
Just to be
Southwest
completely
is
transparent with
where
you, my company is a all of my just like being there. The only difference is
If you have an event elsewhere in Austin, they want you to
so then that's why our rates are incredibly low. Generally speaking, for a very senior web
oh, you would hear on
yeah, you're not on the counter if you want. Yeah, otherwise the lawyers come down.
So the county
So let me do, well, South by Southwest is kind of like, so it's like, so it's that's the thing.
By the way, there's
Well, I mean, it's, again, it's a crisis sale. It's a crisis sale.
Sounds psycho. Two arrows. How to work stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's kind of where he was.
It wasn't where he was. And the weird thing was, he said, he went somewhere to one of these parties, one of the kiosks, and everybody was gathered around this one guy who was like the I think he was the top blogger or something like that. And he was sure. And he talked to the woman who was relationship. Is it on the podcast? Yeah, we talked about it. It turns out that she was the wife of a guy that he was really want to talk to. And she said, oh, sure, no, I'll connect you. Connected him directly. The guy saw his book, and then promoted it, and then connected him with a, I mean, just like, so his recommendation for Southwest to don't try to keep don't go for the most don't go for the one that everybody else wants to line up and see. Go to the ones that go to like their assistant or somebody else like that. Like second, not some of the man where there's no
Excel doesn't work,
it is,
Excel.
yeah.
That's why everybody. Accounting.
Just Google.
I've got a cloud note that falls in.
Tim Ferriss, South by Southwest. Something like how to get the most out of South by Southwest. Something like that.
Not that important yet. Yeah.
So incredibly bright.
Yeah.
Goes up. Tim Ferriss.
I'm glad you kind of put the connection together when I say it. I didn't. But yeah, of course you
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Just
It's awesome.
And they're just, podcasts are like a big
you need to find it. This week costs $16 at least pretty sure it's
Really?
that's what it levels like 4,000 call it a tip and
There's no reason for education costs.
yeah, the biotech
They don't, I mean, it's stuff that's being demoed.
So once you guys know your
Good job, yeah.
See you next month.
Yeah, see you at South by next month.
Yeah, South by, yeah.
That's what I think regular.
There is high-tech gadgets for health and stuff like that.
Okay.
So there's a lot
Well,
of.
draw me a line. Yeah, measure. We're definitely thinking about doing biotech. But the biotech practices have a very different layout. More like talks and science. Okay, Dave, I'll help you out in just a moment, okay? No problem. It's all about sponsors. Good to meet you. I'll get your elbow up. There you go. You can see it.
So we have to do that renegotiation, like this.
Yes. Yes.
And we look and say, here's what I'm doing. So, different conversations on the regulation, sit down with everybody.
We're still small.
And I've always had to go back.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet.
Well, I feel like I'm the data doesn't support it, right? That's gonna look. It depends on. Yeah, but it's actually just okay, so there's legal process where you guys are you're in a good time thing. When somebody leaves, it depends on how they go. If they leave,
Hi, Cindy. Good to meet you. Yes. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Then I've been here twice now. Okay, I gotta come to you.
Lots of fun. What do you run at?
So I have a software company, and so I filled out the form yesterday. I'm like, well, what do I call myself? Because, well, we are a provider, but I'm not here to sell my wares. Right?
Do you have something specific you want to do?
No. So we are.
Oh, you mean when you signed up? When you signed up to just attend?
To attend.
Okay, not to attend.
Sign up to attend. We are customers.
Sorry, where's the November orientation? Orientation thing? Probably not out of that.
The guy at the desk was like, go in here and turn to the right, it's just back over.
Right.
I think there's a conference room over there.
Yeah, but are people in there?
That's like a little room, isn't it? It's just like that's like a little telephone booth. I'd say go back to the.
So I just want to check it out. So someone mentioned that you always do the IBM. So
We used to alternate. Here at IBM, but starting until like. Thank you.
This is probably half the people want up there, half down here, or maybe 51%, 49. You just
kept it here.
Yeah.
Hey Joanna, I got a question. Where do you work? Huh? Which company do you work for?
I work for Texas Waterloo. It's a student group from.
I said who's down and you raised your hand. I was really confused.
Oh no, I was gonna ask how about for an event that I mentioned, but that was bad timing. Yeah. Yeah, good to meet you. I was talking to someone right now, so yeah.
This is my first time here. That's in your town. Have you guys ever been interested in people talking about how to
Hey, thanks. You got it.
Well, it's quiet. You're not inundated. Thank you for all
Yes, it's a good job. It's kind of cool. It's like a whole new
We haven't gotten rid of the brand. Because to be honest, what we're talking about is after we get a baseline, we're going to script our website. So we'll put cars for $5,000 and create a whole new website brand. We're tinkering with the We'll see what we can do is that the dealers will bring about their inventory, so now we can go to hotels.com platform. You know what I mean? So it's I will. I don't know what's next, but one day.
Is that your PowerPoint?
How big am I?
You're expanding. I love your hair. I love how we do this. Okay, they are
By the way, Sherry is here.
Yeah.
Sherry is here.
I signed up through Eventbrite or whatever. What I'm looking, yes, 6 weeks. Well, they're not like this anymore. That was perfect, actually.
Okay, well, then you're on.
Okay, so I'm talking about that.
I may have to. Okay, come here. She's just trying to confirm.
Way, I guess he's gone.
Can't wait to meet that Mary.
Okay, all right. I gotta send this proposal to this dude.
Because I was actually looking at, I was gonna do that. And then he said $50 per person per month. Okay, I pay $5 for Salesforce and I can automate right? Buy what you need. I mean, if you have a beautiful web interface on it, then that's a great web interface. So you gotta enjoy things like you gotta be enough on that payment equation that it's cheap enough that I'll just do what you have rather than implement my own grades, and that's way too expensive.
The other reason I want to talk to you though is I'm curious about your research tax credit.
I did.
It sounds like your business.
Wait, so you're on, are you independent? Are you?
At least Google it, research tax credit to see how that might apply. It's actually
So we have no revenue. So well, but it does, because there's no taxes that we pay.
Well, you're saying, do you have payroll?
Oh, we do.
You can also use your credit to offset payroll. New this year, just came into law that this is
So, if you guys have cards, I don't know if I'm gonna touch it.
You get a quick draw there. I can't match the quick draw. I was ready.
So right now, in my company, I am using my personal account, and it reminds me every year.
But I was like, that was a year and a half.
Every year that I need.
Now it's like, I don't know.
And I promise that this is the year, not this tax season necessarily, but this year, 2016 is when I'll do it, because we will be in a position that'll make a big difference. The company is only 4 employees, so we're not, although we are fixing to roll out in a big way, we're not big.
Okay, that's west. That's way west.
Which is also indicative of the whole comments about the sales product that guy has.
Well, no, it's important.
Yeah.
But one of the nice things about the credit is you've got these expenses. You're probably likely to do something to qualify. From there, you can save 5 to 6 cents on the dollar. So depending on what comes, what your total expenses are, you just kind of back into it that way.
So if we looked at 2015 taxes, because I haven't given it to my CPA yet, having the discussion about it, actually I was going to give it the reminder. I have to move on. What is the typical expense? Social company, 4 people, $110,000 Kickstarter campaign, everything else is engineering expense.
You know,
I guess it's fine. I want to get involved.
but that being said, what we'd also work with is kind of trying to get an idea of what your complexity would be. It sounds like it's not terribly complex. What type of business entity is that?
This is my 4th year. So we have all of our stuff, except for the first time, when it is actually our bookkeeper, which is
That could be, yeah.
I got it yesterday.
Well, it's not that it's typical, it's not.
How is the food situation? Well, I'm selling a last minute sponsorship. Do you think DMC is really going to be in on it?
It's probably a budget question.
Looks like it just
With an event the size of
I mean, we're technically in trouble.
Okay, sorry, I mean,
So
we're in the midst of our
The initial,
that's why I want
Oh, it's not right.
we have a
They said that you're not.
you're way into the research, so that's no problem. But that's something to keep in mind.
Or you have to pay us $5,000 for tech, $2,500 per
Also, as your expenses grow,
So we had to say, we're sorry, we didn't know that.
Thorough credit
Promise that we won't sign anybody else.
down the road, there's also credit
Of course, I just signed 2 more.
We just got scooped that in.
Yes, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh.
You're from the party, so.
For sure? Yes, I was.
Are you gonna help
But
out
next
next
week,
time?
I won't be your right friend.
Yes.
So we'll do it again.
But so that,
Right.
so
Yes.
remember,
Yes.
the crazy
Yeah,
that we
I
tell
was just
her,
brought on about a month ago.
we need like a big
Yeah,
prize.
I'm really excited. I
Yeah, I
actually
go to the
just
gym
moved to
this
Austin
month.
like 2.5
Well,
better-
remember
better
that
yet-
really tall guy was, remember?
Yeah. What about Jeffrey?
I've been on the West Coast. Nope. Wisconsin.
So whatever volunteers we get, the
I went
tallest
to
guys are mountain.
I've been Southwest for a while.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can't wait, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I'll get there super early in the morning.
In between walking and Madison.
Yeah, 4 in the morning.
Ish,
Yeah, but still, like, you know.
6:30, 7.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
So I was just living in Australia for a while, and everyone asked me like, oh, where
like we
you
did
from?
last time.
Chicago, and then
Probably.
you meet someone from Chicago, you're like, no, I'm
I guess-
Well, you have my number, right?
Exactly.
If I
See,
don't,
Mark, man, you
Ron
had
has
that?
it,
You're here to
I
say
can
hi or
get
you're here
it
to say
on
bye?
me.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so give me a jingle.
Let's go now. It's not our
Do
big
it
one.
again. It'll be fun. We can't wait.
Okay.
Sorry, I gotta go. Okay. But I can go there.
Yes, definitely.
Everything's good. Life is good. I owe you a call. It's been it's good. But I've had an embarrassment of riches as far as new companies and new deals.
You mean for your business?
Yeah. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. These companies, can you tell me? Oh, yeah, I know that very well. Oh, that's good. That means that any other recruiters help too. So, oh, well, they should know.
Just when you something I want.
Why? Why? Fine. Why not?
But it's not like California where they
Who are you doing, Katie?
So in that regard, yeah, having a tech.
They're playing hardball this week.
I know they are. I mean, I know for a fact. So they just quiet me down.
You have the benefit of people sell your company.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, she will. She's tough.
But,
The little one?
okay, well, I'm gonna take care of that, but anyway, yes.
Well, it
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
help.
I will. But are you still interested in doing it?
I'm not trying to.
I know you told me.
The research is still working.
What happened? They actually did it?
In the photo. They're doing tech and tacos tomorrow.
So, I mean, if the checks right.
Really?
Yeah, I don't trust her at all.
What's the girl's name? You gotta get rid of her. You gotta.
Oh, I know. She's
No, no, no.
You know, something that's all available with me. And just for comparison purposes, I think my personal CPA charge.
Yeah, I think the next step after we think about it is we could just do an estimate of your expenses, give you a range, present you with the price and
I'm thinking that if we ran by the managing shareholder, he would probably say, which is typical for all of our new clients, he probably would want a retainer because your range would be around $5,000. We would shoot to be under that, but I'm just saying I wanted to mention that to you guys.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do that. So I'm just happy to talk to your major shareholder about what we're doing and why it's business for us. Because I'm a chief master. And every time I say that, one of my board members goes, and it's my mother's fault that I started this. So that's why it's kind of
Yeah, that is what I'm sure your mom is thrilled to hear you mention that. But hey, I'm a firm believer in it's not how much you make, it's what you get. So the fact that you are being very conscious of what you're spending, that's it. So yeah, definitely want to support that. If you have questions, talk to us. We can put you in touch with Brent Gibson. He's the one who will ultimately make the decision on that. You guys can work something out, great. But
yeah, we could, or I mean, you know, and I understand the normal reason for and all I would say is.
That's great. No, yeah.
and beyond the R&D credit is your tax situation becomes more complex. We are
And Brent is really well connected, so it's
just give me a quick email so that I have yours as well. And I'll finish this post no later than Wednesday of next week. What I'll do is I'll give you a quick NDA so that I can just bring out my stuff. I am an engineer in real life. I am non-finance person. I'm not an accountant. I have no desire to be any of those things. So I made mistakes like I took my convertible debt and paid an extra. And I'm not going to fix it. Because eventually I'm going to hire somebody who's going to have to fix all of that shit. But, you know. So when you get the little statement, you know, it says paid in debt. Other than that, I think I got everything else right.
Well, as I said, just being sensitive to cost is probably putting
So the guy next to he wants to talk to you about
well, anyway, great talking with you.
Great talking with you. Yeah. All right.
So nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Oh, so you're looking for my intern or?
Ron, thank you, man.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to next month. It's
Me
gonna
too.
Be, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be intense.
Yeah, I may end up having Mark actually doing our presentation.
Okay.
I think I'm going to end up actually at that part of South by Southwest at another show.
How would you like a chance to get your $500 kiosk feedback?
Oh, I don't know. What happens? Do I lose my kiosk?
No. Fiverr, one of our sponsors, is running a contest. You know Fiverr, right? It's basically like an online, it's like a gig. It's like a place to get gigs.
Okay.
Doing a little promotion. If you use Fiverr to create an explainer video, 30 seconds or less, no more than that, because you don't have it. One, I will give you 30 seconds more to have for your demos.
Okay.
You will get the credit or whatever, so you're not going to spend any money on Fiverr. They're giving you $100 credit. And they're going to pick the best one, and whoever's the best one gets the $500 back.
Cool.
So I'm going to be sending that out like just about now. We need to know in advance who's going to do it, because obviously I need to know who so we get the extra 30 seconds. So
Right. I'll do it. Yeah. You know I'll do it.
Yeah, so those are, so you're gonna like Fiverr. Fiverr's like just like it's an online gig thing. You can get people to do videos and.
So I've gotten feedback that says I need to make my pitch less perfect. Because it's too perfect.
Well, that's what at Ask a VC, somebody was like, "Wow, your pitch is too polished." But you know what? Who said that? Somebody said. I remember somebody saying that.
So yeah, that was somebody on the panel who said that there.
Yeah, but you know what? What's your experience with Austin VCs?
Well, yeah, but it wasn't just there. Actually.
You heard that somewhere else too?
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
The research says that when you take the best TED Talks ever, people think they're great, they enjoy the talk, they love them, but they don't remember everything about them.
Okay, interesting. Well, they don't
The
need
ones
to.
they all remember are the ones that are not quite perfect, where somebody disclosed something they didn't want to disclose.
Hey, Dave. Can you just put the wristbands in there since you didn't put them back? Yeah, I mean, we can just give them away.
Give me one, because I was going to take a picture with a watch and put it back to you.
You can take a whole lot of them. You can take them all. You want them all?
Yeah, I just want one, because I was going to take a picture and give it back to you.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh, you come. Oh, yeah, you're coming. You're
All right, so I will do it.
Okay.
Long of Twitter.
Anyway, yeah. See you there.
No, I just made it.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
You're like so confused. I'm like, we don't look like. No, apparently, I heard you're a piano teacher. Wow, I didn't know that. I actually play piano for. But you know, you'll be very surprised. I haven't taken lessons for almost a decade.
Okay, well, it's always good to get back into it. I'm Richard, by the way. How are you doing?
Okay, Dave, I'm gonna. My day job is a software developer.
So those groups. I'm trying to think of how many. So who is it you're developing software?
Currently, BMC. I was at Startup.
They have upfront marketing, but what they don't have is SaaS-based quick to install optimization. So that's one of the crowdsourced service called Boundaries. Added to the portfolio products. Go to the website, pay with a credit card, do a trial, download the agent that installs on your system, and you can start streaming measurement data in a matter of the process of signing up, installing the agent, and getting a dashboard of metrics. My stage, writing code, but we're gonna, I picked the right people at BBC for the demo. I think we still get them to sign up and start spreading it.
Yes, cool. I mean, I know that's very confusing. But I have a team and we're doing something else completely. And metrics is would be great to add on to it. So, yeah. Please contact me about it.
Yeah, if you, I'll give you but DMC, /polls, I don't know if you've heard of other players in the market.
Is that SITE or SITE?
Other products that are maybe more established in the space are like Datadog. The way we differentiate within those products is that we offer 1 second resolution. It's like it's all right there. Second by second resolution, whereas others don't have that.
Right. Right. Got you.
It's a great product. The default metrics are more system metrics. So we have a rich plugin ecosystem. Pretty much that. Extensible functionality. Essentially, extreme any type of measure, you can write your own custom indicate what you want to hopefully you'll see the proper demo.
Are you dropping one out to the airport? How's it getting out?
I am not sure. I might have to duck off to work. Are you a viable option for a ride? Okay. Great. Hey, I might be transitioning the role of chauffeur to the airport to Richard Cripe.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm not actually going to be going to the airport for a little while.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to be going to check out the venue. I'm going to go to Cripe now.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to check out Cripe, and then after that, maybe I'll go to the airport. You want to join me at Cripe? You can.
That sounds great. I'll talk to my friends.
Okay. If not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
All right, Senor. I don't know if I can do the Crave demo.
I got to take some time. Thanks for everything.
Yeah. Man, what a sound. No, they were literally. Oh, here. You want? I was kind of like, no, maybe I'll sneak the last 3 tacos. So yeah, there were 3 tacos. There were felt maybe a little bit of coffee.
Okay, that's awesome. We
did not run out of food.
We had a perfect order.
We had like the perfect order.
Awesome. If I had like the whole thing of coffee and you know, like the food I had earlier, I'd have been like, okay, I had this much here. Looks like we managed to make it work.
Yeah, we tidied up. So, all right.
I'm a little upset with Hillary, but I'm just gonna move on.
Is she the San Antonio?
You can have your own. And when you realize
shout out on behalf of who's
Have your stupid little. Trouble here with the internet.
Paloma loves these big Panera bags.
Oh, they're very useful.
Packing up.
Very useful. Go out there, see what's happening. Is our
The meetup coordinator, her name is Chelsea.
Is that Chelsea?
Chelsea Cook. Yeah, so I pinged her earlier this week about a buddy of mine wanting to do a meetup here.
Okay.
So that was cool.
All right, just going through some email.
Just keep me in the loop with what you're up to. Alright, hello to the wife and kids for me. I guess you missed Paloma, right?
I did. I didn't see her at all. She was like sleeping, I guess, though?
Yeah, she had a bad sleep a couple nights ago or last
Well, she's
yeah,
catching up.
2 nights ago.
Catching up.
Catching up.
Well, as long as they don't make her mad. Okay, well, we'll see you. I get in next Friday. I get on Friday. And then we're here through Monday. So you'll be seeing a lot of me next time. There'll be a lot of emails, so just keep an eye open for that.
Perfect. All right, Richard, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Mhm.